Well, welcome everyone. It's so good to see some returning guests for the third episode, our third Wednesday. And we're so glad to have you here today. We are going to do a safari, which I'm really excited about. It was something that I did a long time ago, and it was really fun to go through the pictures and kind of took some suggestions. Someone on a recent call said they wanted to see lions. I don't know who that was, but someone I think last week said they wanted to see lions. So guess what? You're going to see lions today. But thank you for all being here. Just the quick rules, or not the rules, just the fun of it all is we want to hear from you. So there's a chat on the side. And please, we're gonna do a lot of fun facts today and questions, but please talk to us, ask your questions, let us know what you wanna know about and what questions you have. And I guess to get us started, as always, I just wanna introduce myself. I know you all know me, but just in case someone is watching the recording, my name is Sarah, and I'm a photographer, and I've traveled around the world, and we wanted to share with you over these weeks some pictures around the world while we can't travel right now, to bring some smiles to your faces. So that's what we're here to do. And right next to me is my niece Bella, and Bella is a yoga instructor, and she travels with me often, so we've had many adventures together. And Bella is going to be our fun fact extraordinaire today. She's going to give us a lot of fun facts about the 8 or 9 different animals that we have to show you today. So please do ask your questions, but she's got some good fun facts for us today to learn about our friends, our animals on safari. So just like always, I'm gonna quickly share my screen and get us into all right. Fantastic. Well, we actually had a little sneak preview of the safari I was on about 8 years ago. When we saw some monkeys from Kenya last week, and that's where our safari was. And as I said to some of you, we did this safari, and while we were on the safari, we actually wanted to honor my grandmother, whose birthday was coming up. So we took some pictures with the animals with the happy birthday sign with my sister and my nephew and my brother-in-law. And we had a lot of fun. So you're gonna see some pictures with some signs in there as we honored her. Her birthday was last Saturday, April 4th. And then Project WonderFULL's birthday was on Sunday. So we're doing a birthday safari today. And we're gonna go see the animals and celebrate my grandma and Project WonderFULL. So we went to Kenya, which is where the star is right here. And we went to various areas within Kenya to see all of these animals. So to kick us off, we saw giraffes. And giraffes are they're just really gentle and sweet. And this one was licking my brother-in-law's hand. We were actually able to feed him because we were at this reserved for giraffes. So that's him feeding with the black tongue. But Bella has some good fun facts for you about the giraffes.
So the first one is, and this is a great picture, is that giraffes are the tallest mammal on Earth. And that's mostly due to their very long legs and their long necks, because obviously their bodies aren't too big. And a really funny one is that they only sleep for 5 to 30 minutes every day. So basically they just take one little nap or a couple little naps, but no longer than 30 minutes in a whole day.
I don't know how they do that, because they're pretty big, and seems like it would take a lot out of them to be walking around and feeding and all that kind of stuff, but they do move slow, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, and they do sleep and give birth standing up as well. So basically they never really relax.
This was one crossing the road. Isn't that funny?
Oh, that would have been a good name, that one.
I know. Well, they're really beautiful. And you could tell they have personalities.
And another fact about them too is that they're herbivores, so they don't eat meat.
So they just eat plants. That's what herbivore means. That's him or her eating some plants. Great. So now we're on to
the African buffalo. Yeah, these are pretty incredible animals. Huge.
So what's a fun fact about them?
There is about 900,000 of them. So they're definitely not an endangered species like some of the other animals that we're going to see are.
Their horns kind of look like a haircut. It kind of looks like the haircut from the monkeys last week.
Yeah. That's great. Do you guys have any questions about buffaloes? Specifically, these are African buffaloes. And now,
I guess everyone can guess what this is. This is an elephant, and I have a lot of pictures of these. They were very plentiful as we went on all of our safaris, and they're just really sweet. This is actually a baby one, even though you can't really tell. It's a smaller elephant. What do you got for us, Bella?
So elephants are in multiple of them are called herds, and usually the oldest female is the leader of the herd of the elephants, and they call her the matriarch. What else do I
There's
got?
a baby and a mama.
Another one is that they're so clever. First of all, elephants like bananas, which is really silly, and they can peel bananas with their
trunks.
With their trunks. They can peel bananas with their trunks, and they can pick up pennies with it. So it really shows just how incredible they are and how like precise and elegant their trunks can be, and also strong because they can also pick up a tree trunk with their trunk.
They're very, very strong, their trunks. So we got a question from Kaisa and Emily. When you did the safari, were you in a vehicle or walking around? Good question. We were actually in a vehicle. And a good follow-up question is, do they hurt people? From Caroline. And they don't, if you get close to them, just like most animals, they could hurt you. So that's why when on a safari, you go in a vehicle because, you don't want to be exposed to all of these animals, especially lions and cheetahs and elephants. So I would say yes, they do hurt people, but I think people are really smart about not getting in their way and going in their path. This was like a family portrait from behind. But they stay in groups, and the matriarch is overseeing the entire herd. Oh, and so my sister clarified with the giraffes, it was in Sakuru. We did walk around with the giraffes. So when we were feeding those giraffes, it was like a reserve for these giraffes, and we were able to interact with them, and they were very friendly. They didn't hurt us at all. In fact, they really loved when we fed them and interacted with them.
What did you feed them?
They were these little pellets, like
Grain.
I'm guessing grain, and because they're herbivores, so
Yeah.
so grain and some plant based pellets, vegan pellets. We have another question. Elijah wants to know how close we got to them. I had a zoom lens, so I was able to get some of those close-ups of all the animals. But I would say not close more than 10 feet away. I mean, maybe that was the closest. So the giraffes we were right next to, as my sister said, right next to them.
This guy.
So wait, we have one more question. How did your guide know where to find the animals? That is a fantastic question. They actually talk to each other. So first thing, we did these safaris really early in the morning because that's when the animals come out. And they wake up and they come out to feed and find food. But then what they'll do is the guides can communicate with each other. And if they sight like a rhino, which we're looking at right here, we'll talk about in a little bit, which is very rare, they'll tell the other guides, and then all of the little jeeps go to that one spot. Or like if there's a sighting of lions, some of the more rare things, they will communicate with each other. It's pretty cool. This is, what kind of rhino is this?
This is a black rhino. And these are really rare, and there's only 5,500 of them, and that's in Africa. So
this was, so many. I only have one picture of the rhino, which goes to show you we didn't see many of them. I think this is actually the only, we might have seen one other one, but I wasn't able to get a shot of him, so this is the only one.
Yeah. And something really funny quickly is that rhinos run on their toes. Like their tippy toes. So that's a lot of weight if you think about it for a heavy animal.
Do we know why they're so rare?
I think they're just becoming extinct.
I think they're just becoming extinct. So here we have a cheetah, which was really, really cool to see. I have a few photos of these, but Bella, tell us about the cheetahs, which I think most people know, but.
Yeah, well, cheetahs, as I think we all know, run really fast, but they run about 70 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for an animal to run. And that being said, they're the fastest land animal in the world. Yeah, incredible. And also, but they are, as fast as they are, they're the only big cat that doesn't know how to roar. So they just purr, maybe like a kitty, maybe louder than a kitty, but they don't know how to roar, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and one of the things my sister just put in the chat is rhinos are poached, just like elephants, and what that means is people go and try to get their horns and remove their horns, which is really, really sad. So that's bringing down the population of them because they need their horns to live. What do we have here, Val?
An ostrich. That is so funny. So the first fun fact about ostriches is that they have 3 stomachs, which is really interesting because with the food that they eat, they need to be able to metabolize and digest it. It's so hard to metabolize and digest that they need 3 stomachs to do that. And they are, in fact, the largest bird, and yet they have the smallest brains. Because if you look at their tiny little heads.
Let's pause for a second. Anyone have any questions about, any more questions about the rhino or the cheetahs or the ostrich?
Elephant.
Elephants. Does the ostrich have ears? I don't think so. And I'm not sure how they hear. So that's a really good question, Kaisa. In this picture, it doesn't look like they have one, but Bella's gonna get a fact check on that. While she does that, we'll move on. This is obviously a zebra. There are a lot of zebras. In fact, it's like everywhere you go, anywhere you go, there's zebras on safari. So they're pretty plentiful, but really cool, obviously, because they have these stripes, which Bella has some fun facts about.
Yeah, the stripes for each individual zebra are completely unique. So just how like people look a little tiny bit different always. All the zebras have a unique pattern of stripes.
It's like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
Every stripe, all their stripes are different.
And also when they're being chased by predators, they run in a zigzag way, which is funny, kind of.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you want to first, did you get the answer to the ostrich?
Yeah, so to answer the ostrich, they do have ears. They're just really tiny and they don't have cartilage, so that's why we can't see them. They're hidden inside their tiny little heads.
What is this?
This is a crocodile. A Nile crocodile, to be specific.
Any fun facts about them?
Nope. Maybe someone else has a question though that I can answer.
Yeah. I only have one picture of the crocodile, so we saw a lot of them, but for some reason I didn't get that many pictures of them. They obviously come out at one point. It was really scary because we thought that he was gonna, not this one specifically, was gonna get one of the zebras that was drinking in the water, and he was sneaking up on the zebra, and I couldn't even look, but it didn't happen, thankfully. I know it happens, but I don't want to see it. And we are on to lions. I have lots of pictures of lions. They're so cool. And Bella's got some really good fun facts about them.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is that their roar can be heard up to 4 miles away. So that's a pretty loud roar.
Yeah. And this is a male. The lions with the mane are the males, and this is a female.
Lioness.
A lioness, and this is them together.
Mm.
Two lovebirds.
And they usually live for about 12 years, so not that old.
Yeah.
Well, in the cats, the cat family. It's
cat years. That last one, he was licking his chops. I don't remember what he was looking at, but probably getting ready to find something to eat. Mm-hmm. Which that next fun fact would probably be good around that.
Oh yeah, that the lionesses, so the girl lions are actually the hunters, which is interesting.
They get most of the food.
Mm-hmm.
These are some cubs that we stumbled upon.
Oh,
so cute. They really are just like little cats.
Mm-hmm. And unlike giraffes, the lions rest/sleep for about 20 hours a day. So for those of you that don't know, there's 24 hours a day in one day. So that's almost sleeping the entire day. Oh, so
I love these ones because they're a bunch of cubs, and they're with 2 lionesses. So I call it the 2 aunties. or the mama and the auntie. This is my favorite. It's like the cub is guarding his mama and auntie. Are lions more nocturnal? Good question. Yeah, so you got some good questions today.
Yeah. So they're actually not. It's like a misconception because they're not really either, considering the fact that they sleep for 20 hours a day. They're just sleepy beings. That's a cute one for sleeping.
Yeah. What other questions do you have about lions?
One of their 20-30 naps a day.
Exactly. We saw them. These are a bunch of different ones, but we saw them eating one day, which was really kind of gross, but also really interesting because right afterwards, it basically just laid down and just was like stuffed, like, and then took a nap.
Yeah.
Now that we know they sleep so much.
Yeah. There's a question.
Yeah. So if the men don't hunt, what do they do besides sleep?
Well, they protect the cubs if they have cubs back. They protect their, I don't know what that's called, their land. And they actually do that by using their pee to make a scent barrier.
And how big are their feet? Oh goodness, that's a good question. Their paws are pretty. I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe we can get a fact on that. But they're similar to like a really big dog, I'd say. But we'll find exactly. Protect their pride. Yeah, that's what it's called, the pride.
Oh no. So they're about 6 feet, not the feet. They are about 6 feet long. Their whole bodies. I don't know about how big the feet are, but this thing is saying that their claws can be about 1.5 inches.
Whoa.
That's no joke.
You wouldn't want to get near that, huh? Great. Well, I have one last quick photo for you. And it was this monkey that we saw last week. It's called the
black-faced
vervet.
Yeah.
And we actually, that's my sister's hand and my brother-in-law's hand. And we gave him, well, we didn't give him the sign. They put the sign in front of him and then he grabbed it from them and wanted to, I don't know, what if he thought it was
steal
just
monkeys
fun.
love to steal things, don't you?
Exactly, that's right. From last week, they like to steal things. So this monkey was just in character, the way the other ones were that I talked about last week. But that was our adventure. We saw a lot of different animals. These were just 9 or 10 of them. And it really was cool to just be out there and see them in their natural habitat and see how they kind of just do their thing. It's kind of like a zoo, but you're in real life. So it's really cool. What other questions do we have?
Everyone wants to know if he gave the sign back.
I think yes, he did. I think actually he didn't give it back. He just dropped it on the ground and then we picked it up and had it for the rest of our trip, and putting the sign up to wish my grandmother a happy birthday and her little montage of safari animals. Any other questions or
ideas for next week?
Oh, you always tease that. You always tease that. Well, like always, I will be announcing the next topic on Friday. And I will say that I've been getting around in my own neighborhood here while we're on this quarantine and getting some fun pictures. So check those out on my Instagram or Facebook. And maybe we'll highlight that sometime. But I definitely have also lots of places that I've been to. So we'll definitely be highlighting that as well. I'm going to pull us back up here. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on again and having a good, fun adventure with us. I hope it brought some smiles to your faces. This is recorded, so I'll definitely have a link on YouTube with this entire little episode here. And stay tuned for the next topic next week, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And please invite your friends. And it's so good to see some new people today and see some returners. Really, really love seeing all your faces and just having some fun and lighthearted and time with you. So thank you so much and take care. Be well. Stay at home, but go outside and check out nature. It's really cool right now. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.